So, first of all, I am keeping the freehand ASMR method today because I quite enjoyed it last time. Second of all, the holidays are upon us. It is December, which means it's that time of year where people are traveling, going home, looking at old photo albums. At least that's what the Christmas movies tell me. And if I know one thing, it's that Christmas movies would not lie to me. So I thought today would be a great time to do this little quiz that I've had in the back of my mind for a while now, before the hiatus. And the idea is that I will be showing you childhood photos of some athletes, 10 of them today, and you have to guess who they grew up to be. They were already that person back then, but you know what I mean. So we're gonna get started. Like I said, there are 10 athletes in this quiz. I'm gonna show you the picture. If you get it from the picture alone, you get 2 points. If you need a little hint that I'm gonna drop in after a few moments, you get 1 point on the question. So let me know in the comments what score you get, and also let me know what your plans are for December. Are you traveling at all? Are you gonna be looking at some childhood photos? Without further ado, here is the first photo. Oh wait, there will be further ado. We need to scooch, and we're back to scooching on the correct side. I think we are sufficiently scooched. Let's look at the first photo. I had to start with an easy one because this face has not changed very much in the 30 to 40 years that it was taken. So I'll give you a few more moments to put a name to this face before I give you a hint. Okay, so now, if you haven't guessed yet, we're dropping from 2 points to 1 point. And the hint is not gonna give you that much more. Maybe I'll drop in like a geographical hint, I guess. So I'm gonna say he was a high school star in Akron whose games got moved to a college arena to handle the crowds. So his high school ball games got moved to a college arena because of demand. You know who this is. Like I said, the face hasn't changed. I also just caught on to the fact that there is a basketball. I think that's like a basketball watch on his wrist. But the answer, of course, is LeBron James. So if you guessed from the picture alone, you get 2 points. If you needed the Akron hint, you get 1 point. Now you see how it works. Let's move on to the second question of this quiz. I feel like this person is already recognizable in this picture, but I really did have to, like, if I went any older with this athlete, he started looking like his grown self pretty young. And then there was a weird time where he didn't look the way that we recognize him now. And I guess that's what I don't don't want to say plastic surgery, cosmetic, things are for to make you look like your younger self in many cases. So here's your hint. The airport of his hometown was named after him. And if it is like a hint, 1.B, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I was at this airport last fall, late summer. The answer is Cristiano Ronaldo. So if you guessed it, from what looks to be a communion or confirmation picture, you get 1 point. If you needed the hint, you get no picture, 2 points, hint, 1 point. I understand the rules of my own game. Let's move on to athlete number 3. It's a little bit crazy. Like, I don't know how easy this one is now, because I obviously know who this is. But it's one of those things where, like, when you know who it is, you're like, of course it's this person. They still have the same face. So 5 more seconds to get 2 points. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's your hint. She trained on public courts in Compton with her sister. Do you know who it is? The answer is Serena Williams. Did you hear whistling? And if so, should we be worried? Because I am alone in this house. I guess if you end up seeing the video, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. So 2 points if you recognized Serena from her picture, and 1 point if you needed the Compton hint. Photo number 4. We're getting into a little bit more of a niche now. Since this is our first throwback photos quiz, I had to hit up the big names, or some of the big names. But this one is a little bit more niche in terms of global recognition. He is holding a trophy, and it is the sport that he now plays. Before I give too much away, I'm going to move on to the hint, which is that he was notorious for denting a dryer at home with slap shots. In fact, I think that the dryer is in his local, like his childhood home, like a museum there. The answer in this museum would be in Nova Scotia, somewhere, Cape Breton, maybe. The answer is Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby. I had to throw in some hockey in there. I think this one might be one of the ones that it presents a bit of a challenge, but there's a couple at the tail end of this quiz that are going to be a little bit tougher. So Sidney Crosby. And now to reach the halfway point, photo number 5. And this one will be more squished, I think. Oh, no, not at all. This one is extremely pixelated, but I had to use this picture because it's adorable. So who do you think this is? This one is, in my mind, is easier than Sidney Crosby. There are hints as to who this may be, but there also might be like a red herring in there. And I'll give you the hint now to move down to 1 point, and the only hint I'm gonna give is that he did end up on a plane to Toronto eventually. And if you watched this channel like a month ago, or if you generally follow major sports, you should know what that means. So 1 point if you got it from the picture, 2 points if you got it from the plane to Toronto hint. The answer is Shohei Ohtani. And that was question 5. So we're now halfway. You could have a maximum of 10 points at this point and a minimum of 0. Let's keep going with athlete 6. This is one of the squished ones. So who is this young basketball star? Here's a hint. For 1 point on the question, he has a former MLB pitcher for a dad, but he passes a different kind of ball for a living, and it's not necessarily the one that he's holding here. Lock in your answer. The correct answer is Patrick Mahomes. From basketball to baseball to football. An all-rounder, Patrick Mahomes. Number 7, I'm interested to know if it'll stump many of you. Here's athlete 7. Who is this for 2 points? I'll give you a moment. Because this one, I feel like if it popped up in front of me, I'd be like, I know that face. Who is it? So you tell me, who is this athlete? And now for 1 point, your hint is that she has 6 WSL titles and 4 FA Cups. At this point, if you know this sport, I think you'll go, oh yeah. So the answer is Sam Kerr. Such a cute picture. Moving on to question 8, athlete 8 for 2 points. Who is this? I'm pretty sure this is a real picture. I ran into a couple of like AI pictures of this guy. I'm pretty sure, based on like the horrible scanned quality, that this is a real one. Such a recognizable face. But if you're not quite sure, here's a hint. He was drafted 199th in the 2000 NFL draft. This factoid has come up once or twice on the channel, so if you know you're getting ASMR lore, if you have taken in some facts over the years, you You should know who this is, if not by face alone. And the answer is Tom Brady. Okay. Now, here's what I hope are a couple of stumpers. Athlete 9. I feel like if you hide the mouth, I had very similar eyes and nose area as a child. It's not me though. Ooh, I should have snuck in a picture of myself in this. 49er sweater. Is it a hint? Is it a red herring? Okay, here's a real hint. He is an ex-football player, American football, now known for wrestling. Who is this? And a little bit of testosterone, a little bit of a beard, maybe grow out the hair. And who do we get? Roman Reigns. I just heard what I said. I'm not insinuating that he's on hormone replacement. No, what do you call it? What do you call it when the guys take testosterone when they're... I'm not saying he's on anything. And finally, athlete 10. And if you get this one at all, but especially just off of a picture, let me know in the comments, but don't say who it is. Here's the picture. Who did this athlete grow up to be? And I'll give you another hint, just based on the picture. This is still for 2 points. I'll tell you that the red sarong, maybe, that appears behind this athlete actually belongs to the athlete's dad. The person over their left shoulder, you're right, their left, is a famous athlete father who would wear pink butterflies. Here's your hint. She is the daughter of an NBA Hall of Famer, but her sport is soccer. She became the NWSL's youngest draftee at 18 years old, and in fact, right now, I thought about making a video about this, but I didn't know if anyone else cared. She's being courted by European teams, English teams, and the American media, sports media, women's sports media is making up a big fuss about it because they want her to stay in the States. It was recently in the NWSL final. And that's enough hints for you. So the answer is Trinity Rodman. Dennis Rodman's daughter, which explains the skirt situation going on behind her. And that was the childhood photos quiz. I'm just gonna lounge over here instead of completing my scooch. Let me know what you thought about this quiz in the comments. Let me know what result you got. And let me know what you're doing for the holidays. And I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget, we're streaming the World Cup draw this Friday afternoon, Eastern Time, evening in the UK, early morning in Australia. I hope hope to see